Hi, you guys. I'm Ava Devine, and you're watching another episode of Ava Devine's Bad Advice. It's great to see you. I'm doing a solo episode today. I'm going to answer many questions from my adoring fans. So thank you all for participating and asking me all these great questions. The honest truth of a 30-year veteran of the industry. So yeah, I got some good bad advice to tell you. Good and bad advice to tell you. Okay, number one. This is a good question. Do you think the industry is harmful to society? And I'm assuming, I don't know, adult films, strip clubs, out-call, in-call services. Do I think the industry is harmful to society? I will answer, no, I do not. I do not think it's harmful because, I mean, anything could be harmful. Shopping, McDonald's, overeating, gambling, right? Like, I really feel that addiction forms in all areas of everyone's life. And I feel that answer is to be subjective. It's a self-diagnosed disease. I can't tell you or anyone that it's harmful to society or to your life. That's on you. That's on the individual. So for society, I don't think it's harmful. I think, what isn't harmful, right? If you do it in excess and if you have an addiction problem, right? And I can speak from experience because I am an addict, alcoholic, right? So I understand what losing control over a substance or something is like. I know for me, drugs and alcohol makes my life unmanageable, meaning it spins me out of control. I cannot function with or without it. So that's a problem for me. I don't know if the adult entertainment industry is affecting you in that way. And like I said, I can't speak to you and tell you that you have a problem. You have to decide for your own self. That was my awful advice on it. That's what I think. No, it's not a problem. You got the problem. How's that? Does the industry promote aggressive sex? I really like that question because I feel it does not. I feel that the adult film industry promotes a fantasy. For me, I'm on set for about 4 hours, 4 to 8 hours, So obviously I starve all day long. I'll drink black coffee all day long. I don't eat. So of course I'm the best sword swallower ever. But get me on a day like off camera where I'm having a full deluxe delicious meal. That ain't going to happen. I'm not going to sword swallow you. No, I just ate. I'm not going to vomit, right? So I don't feel it promotes aggressive sex because adult films is selling a fantasy. And for me, it's like I'm in a safe environment. I'm not going to go to a bar or go to a club and go, hey, 5 guys that I'm meeting, let's go do a gangbang at my house. No. Number 1, I don't trust you guys. Number 2, I don't know you guys. Number 3, I don't even know if you guys can all get wood and partake in the festivities all together, right? I can't rely on that. So when I'm on set, yes, I can rely on that. We're all tested. We're all safe. We're in a great environment where I can go, okay, cut. I'm uncomfortable. Cut. There's an accident. Cut. Something's wrong. I need a break. I got to use the restroom, whatever. Off camera, that doesn't really happen, at least in my experience. And this is all from my experience, strength, and hope, you guys. I just want you to know. This is my take on these questions. Obviously, that's why it's Ava Devine's Bad Advice. I've heard, when I see a fan, he goes, my wife doesn't do this. Yeah, because, your wife isn't a sword swallower, and she probably ate right before you guys go to bed and have sex. So, of course, she can't deep throat you like I can. I starve all day. They don't know that. My fans don't know that my fans or the people watching don't understand that, everything is staged, right? I don't eat all day long, but my normal life, I'm eating every 3 or 4 hours, right? Every 2 to 4 hours. So I can't deep throat you like that because I just had a full meal or I just had my meal, right? And then also, guess what? That day I did enemas. I'm going to perform anal that day. I don't do it every second of the day where some person's like, hey, let me do anal on you. Well, I got to prepare. Did I prepare that morning? Maybe not, maybe so. But it's still, you got to prepare. That's why it's called, you got to prepare for the scene. Everything is safe. Everyone can cut anytime. We all have boundaries, and actually in today's society, you can't be aggressive with people because some will claim abuse or whatever. So definitely on set, we all have safe words and everybody is consensual. And like I said, we can stop at any time and go, cut, that doesn't feel right, cut, we got to start over, cut, I don't like that, cut, don't pull my hair. We even go over our do's and don'ts before we shoot. So that's really important. When I meet someone, I really don't sit there and go over the do's and don'ts, and we don't cut, when things don't work out. I'll just say, no, don't do that to me. I feel like the adult film industry does not promote aggressive sex. That was my answer to that question. Another question, are there unrealistic expectations? I do feel that way because, like I said, I have to prepare everything the morning of, the night before I get my call time and the description of the scene, if it's an anal scene, if it's not an anal scene, who the talent is, who I'm going to be working with, what clothes to bring, if there's a makeup artist on set. So everything's already pre-planned, and I know that the night before, so I can mentally and physically get prepared for it. So if I have a call time at 9 a.m. and it's an anal scene, I know I got to prepare, several hours prior. But when I'm out in public, on a normal day, sometimes I don't prepare for anal. So if Joe Schmo comes over later, it's oh, I didn't prepare for anal, so we're not going to have an anal night. So I don't feel the industry promotes unrealistic expectations. I think people have to understand that we're selling a fantasy and this is all prepared for, right? It's all in full details and it's not spontaneous like regular sex would be. I hope that answered that question properly. What do you guys think? Are you guys having fun? Okay, let's see what other questions I got. Oh, okay. Have I ever experienced an aggressive situation on set? No, I have not. I've been lucky enough and fortunate enough to be able to not experience that. If it ever got a little out of hand, which it never did for me because I'm wild and crazy and I enjoy having a good time, I'm not afraid to speak up. As you can tell, I'm very vocal. So yeah, I'm not afraid to say that hurts or stop or, and everyone is such a professional that this is a job to them. They don't get in the mindset or they don't get so hypnotized by the sex act that they can't hear or they don't understand the limits. And plus in today's society with OF and other sites, we can't be too aggressive, actually. We can't have forced sex anymore, or it looks like it's forced. We have to be very consensual, and I believe there's no choking anymore, no slapping, and a few other things. There's some community guidelines that we have to abide by and follow. And also, the same thing with the companies. I don't think that's allowed either. So, yeah. I've never experienced any aggressive situation, thank God, yeah. And like I said, everyone's a real team player. That's what I found out in the adult film industry is that everyone's a team player. And like I explained earlier, we do talk about our do's and our don'ts. And also there's going to be, the director has to explain what's allowed and what's not allowed. There's some lingo that's, some words that aren't allowed to be said on OF or adult film scenes, too taboo, or certain terms we can't use, either being politically correct or not being so. So it's we got to watch our P's and Q's as well. So, and the director always lets us know that will give us a heads up or cut and go, we can't say that or we can't do that. Are certain bodies praised or respected more than others in the industry? I would have to say not anymore. I feel there's such such a variety of body styles and body types that are sought after by the consumer and as well as the companies that there's no standard look. For me, growing up and being in the adult entertainment industry in the 2000s, late 90s, 2000s, 90s and 2000s, it was very much blonde Caucasian women with tits on a stick. And, I used to be very upset about that fact. But honestly, now that I've learned more about the business and that more about the adult film industry or society as a whole, Hollywood, et cetera, et cetera. This is a money-making business. So I've learned through a lot of step work, 12-step work, and understanding the business side of adult entertainment is that we cater to the consumer. So if blonde tits on a stick is selling, why not? Why not keep promoting it, right? I used to think it was just, I don't know, something personal to me and nobody liked me or whatever. But honestly, if that's what sells, that's what the companies or people are going to put out. So I get that 110%. I don't feel society said, I got to be blonde and skinny. And, that was my perception, right? That was my issue. I honestly feel that today, in today's society, all different types. Some want natural boobs. Some want petite. Some want BBW. Some want BBLs to the extreme. Some don't want BBLs. Some want really huge knockers. Some do not. Some don't want the plastic look. Bimbification. Some only want bimbification, right? So it varies in all different areas. And I feel like that's a blessing in itself because there's no stereotype or there's no cookie cutter way the adult entertainment industry has to portray. I just feel it's such a vast majority of different looks, which is so much fun because isn't that great? Who wants to like one certain type? It's like, God, maybe the girl with the small boobs is gorgeous. Or maybe the natural butt chick looks hot. Or maybe the cellulite on that one girl is very sexy, but the muscle chick over there is even hot too. Why do I or the consumer has to have one particular look? And even if it does, even if the consumer has that one particular look, good, enjoy, have at it, keep purchasing, right? So that's what I love about today's society is that not one body type is praised. Because I used to think, oh my God, it's all about having the most enhanced butt, the most enhanced boobs. And then I found out that some people are not into that. I have a friend that goes, I don't want anything enhanced. I don't like that look. Then I have a vast majority of other people going, it has to be bigger, go bigger, right? So it all varies. You can't please everybody. And I think that's the beauty of sex is that there's not one size fits all. I think it's one size or no size fits all. I think it's all about having many different looks and varieties the spice of life, isn't it? Who wants one boring look? Have it all. Why not? It's all at your service. So that's what I love about that. Ooh, personal questions. I'm kind of digging this. Okay. Has adult films affected your own love or sex life? Wow. Let me think about that. Let me ponder on that before I jump to and answer it. Has adult films affect my sex life, my own love or sex life? Yes, it has. I feel that, like I was explaining earlier, people see the Ava on film and they assume that's going to be what I'm like off camera. And sometimes I'm not because sometimes I ate a full meal. Sometimes I didn't prepare for anal that day, right? So I can't be the adult film actress that they see on camera 24/7. That's unrealistic. And it's probably really unhealthy too because I need to eat and I can't be doing enemas every friggin' day. I try because I do love anal, but I mean, realistically, it's not happening. It would be very unhealthy for me to force myself to move my bowels every day. So yeah, I'm not the adult film actress you see 24/7, unfortunately, but fortunately, because I want to be healthy and I feel like not being Ava 24/7 is a nice healthy balance because I gotta rest, right? And I want to be healthy and I want to be healthy mind, body, and spirit. I think it affects all areas of my life. So yeah, that's how it affected my personal life. But believe it or not, the people that I hang out with on my personal life, they don't want that. They're like, you're not on. There's no camera here. So I do enjoy off-camera relationship with people. I do like not having to be on 24/7. It's kind of refreshing. And it's more of a connection versus a transaction because that's what I'm longing for too. It's on camera, I want the transaction. I want lights, camera, action, let's go. Drop to my knees, it's go time. Off camera, I want gentle kisses and cuddles a little bit too. Like I want a little bit more of like look into my eyes and ask me how my day went. Like I think that's kind of cool too. And I think by having both is a really healthy balance, because dropping to my knees and going to town 24/7, it will really destroy my psyche. It becomes too robotic, where unfortunately that's not fun. I can't have fun. And I want to have fun at all times. It's sex. It's glorious. It's magnificent. I don't want it to be robotic at all, ever, ever. And the minute I start it feeling robotic, I'm going to have to stop and like step away. And I did that at one time. I did. I was towards like 11 years ago, 10 years ago, it was starting to get a little robotic. And that was my own fault, because I was traipsing all over the world, traveling, working, doing this shooting. Like I was like a monster. There was no rhyme or reason. There was no schedule, where unfortunately like it became so habitual and robotic where I had to take a break and I had to step away, because I don't want that. I don't want to put that product out of me being a robotic or even resentful or not enjoying myself, because then what is that? What's that? Like that's not worth living to me. Like I want to have a good time at all times. And of course, be a businesswoman and be responsible, but I want to have a good time. I want to enjoy what I do. And I've said this many times. This wise man told me at the strip club, he goes, if you make your business your pleasure, you will never have to work a day in your life. And I don't want sex or my livelihood to be a job. I don't want to have to be like so dead in my eyes. I lose my soul. I lose my joy and become like just this machine. Like that's not cool. And I want to enjoy it to like the utmost and have a great time and have fun doing it. So that's how it affects my personal life, is that I don't want to be on 24/7. Like there's a part of me that wants to be like Gina, there's like two people. There's Ava and then there's Gina. And off camera, I want to be loved and like nurtured, So yeah, that's my outlook on it, and I kind of like it. And I used to be embarrassed of it, but I'm not today. I'm like, I think it's quite healthy to like speak aloud about it, because it shows that I'm a human, number one, and it shows that I have needs and I'm in touch with what I want and what I need. And I think that's pretty cool, as setting boundaries, healthy boundaries for myself. So that's my answer to that question. Okay, another good question, which I've spoken many times about. Is film sex different from your relationship sex? Absolutely. I mean, the one good thing is I'm a great creative person and I love sex. But at the same time, there's a difference between putting on a performance in front of a camera and then being your genuine true self behind closed doors. And so it's quite different at times, but generally, like Ava is in my heart and soul. Like this is, I have sex nymphomaniac running in my veins. It's like that's who I am. That's no denying it. But opening up for a camera is way different than grinding on someone without having to lift up and arch back and show the position for the camera. So it's completely different in that aspect. And like I said, I don't want to be on all the time. Like I don't want to be extra loud and crazy and screaming, talking exorcist crap in my personal life. I mean, unless the energy is there. But usually, like I've been saying, like the people I've been having intercourse with off camera don't want that. And it's kind of cool not to be like that. I don't know. There was one time I was with somebody and I'm telling him to like penetrate my mouth harder and like treat me like a promiscuous woman, like harder, go a little bit more crazier. And it was really hot because he loved it and I loved it. And like, I felt like for 1 minute we didn't hold back, but I wasn't acting and I wasn't on, but it was like, I don't know. I think he longed to give it to me like that. And I think I longed to take it like that from him. So It was really hot, but it wasn't crazy. I wasn't choking, turning red and getting slapped and eyes mascara running and puking and slobbering like crazy. It was just like really, I don't know, really hot and very spontaneous. And that was fun too. So I really liked that. That was fun off camera sex. And yeah, and sometimes it's cool because like I don't have to be fully glammed up. I don't have to have like lingerie or bikinis and heels on, even though I do love that. Occasionally I will like that tremendously. I think it's hot. I'm not denying it. And I'm not saying I'm going to roll over and be lazy, but sometimes it's kind of hot too when it's like not so glammed up and you know, I don't have the heels on and the bikini and the lingerie and all that. I think that's kind of fun too because I like the difference. I don't want one cookie cutter way. And like I was explaining earlier, I think variety is the spice of life and sometimes you need to switch it up, right? Sometimes you need it really chill, ponytail, no makeup even, sometimes, right? Or sometimes I need to be in latex, riding crop, thigh-high boots, a waist cincher, and a latex hood. Sometimes not, you know? So I do like that difference. I like to mix it up totally. I totally like to mix it up. Has anything changed since I turned 50? I'm 51, but yeah, okay. My work, my brand, my engagement, my energy, or my sex drive? I will definitely say things have changed. Starting adult films at 28, starting adult work at 18. Things have changed now that I'm 51. I'm not so reckless. I'm not so careless. I'm much more responsible. I'm much more considerate. I'm not so selfish. And I really take my business seriously. So, for instance, years ago, which it benefited tremendously, I would just do things like content or for my website at the time or scenes that would just be for the fun of it, like for the hell of it, which I love that attitude. But today, I'm a little bit more wiser where I'm like, okay, is this beneficial financially? Like sexually expression, I love it. But does this sell as much? You know, does it matter to the fans? Are the consumers buying it? Or am I just being a pervert trying to get off? And which is fine too. Like, but I have to kind of, as a businesswoman, I have to know which is gonna help my business. And sometimes there's stuff where I'm like, you know what? I just want to be sexually creative and I don't care if it makes money or not. I want to put this out. Cool. But I do have to have that mind of, will this be beneficial financially? Is this lucrative? Is this a smart business decision? And so once again, I like the variety. Sometimes I like to switch it up. Sometimes I think it's a wise choice to not do what the fans are requesting and something that I want to sexually express. Or majority, I want to do things that the fans want. And guess what? What the fans want is usually what I want because I'm a sick, twisted mother effer. So, like, game on, boys. Game on, girls. Like, right? I love it all. But I do love it all. And I'm just super grateful that I'm able to be in a business where I love and I get to be creative and meet you guys at where you're at because I think that's hot, too. It's like, I could put out something that gets you excited because guess what? I think it excites me too. I could see how it excites me. And also making you excited gets me even hotter. So that's the beauty of it. So yeah, my brand, definitely. I'm a little bit more responsible. I do notice that, you know, years ago, Gonzo was much more relevant. A lot of the gangbangs were much more prominent for me. Today, I do like them still, but I don't feel it's a need. I still want to do it, but I don't feel like I don't feel so pressured to do it because I've done it years ago. And if I do it today, I kind of want to be a little bit more choosier, like a little bit more pickier of what I'm putting out. So I think that has changed too. I don't have you know, since OF came out too, I get to create my own stuff on my own time. So I'm not begging the production companies to, oh, shoot me, please, or whose ass do I got to kiss so I can get shot by you guys. I think OF has changed the sign of times in that aspect, which I love, but I'm not shunning the production companies. I think they're amazing. All I'm saying is that today, since OF, I get to pick and choose, like, oh, I feel like shooting with her. I feel like shooting with him. And you know what? I want to shoot at noon. Like, I don't want to get up at the crack of dawn and have to do enemas at 4 a.m. to be on set. And I'm going to hire the makeup artist that I love. How's that? Right? That's a bonus. But like I said, I'm very grateful for whatever company does want to shoot for me. And I'm very grateful for everyone that I work with and every company that I work with and everybody else. There's pros and cons to everything. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little bit more pickier this time. And I have a fabulous agent, adult film company agent, that goes, hey, Ava, what do you think about this? I go, what do you think about that? Does that sound realistic? Does it sound like they're paying too low? And they'll go, yeah. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to do it. And it's okay. I'm not a failure. I'm not less than, and I'm not better than either, So that's cool too. It's just like, nah, I don't need that right now. Maybe later. I'm not above anything. I'm just like, I'm a little bit more pickier this time. And like I said, too, I don't have to traipse from one end of the world to the other end. I could kind of have a method to my madness, so I'm not exhausting myself. Flying from Australia to New York, Los Angeles to shoot a scene, 2 days later. So it's like I can kind of like pace myself. So what a gift, right, you guys? And I owe it all to you guys because, like I've said before, you guys made me. If it weren't for my fans, I'd be, giving head in a dirty alley by my lonesome, like waiting, right? But you guys are like, oh, wait, she does that. She does it well. Love it. Praise it. And then I could do it internationally. Oh, how fun is that, right? I'm internationally known, right? So how great is that? And it's all because of you guys. Like, you guys are like, I see star quality in your courtesan skills. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so here's another fun question. Which do I prefer more? Vaginal sex or anal sex? And why? Great question. Okay. So, which do I prefer more? Most likely anal. I'll say anal. I prefer anal more because it's so stretchy and so strong and so tough. I can handle a pounding and then some. My vag, not so much. I'm a little bit more shallow, but I am starting to take it a little bit more because a lot of the male talents, sometimes I'll be like, I prefer anal, that's it. And they're like, what? They're like, I need to do some vag too. And I'm like, nope, it's only anal. And they're like, well, my fans don't want only anal. And I'm like, what? My fans do, right? And then I was dating some guy and we were watching my hot scenes and he's like, is there any vag in this? I'm like, no. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, no, it's not. And or I'll like show him like a couple minutes, 2 minutes of my vag scenes. And he's like, that's it. So I'm understanding that I guess you guys do want to see more vag sex. And I got to stop being so stingy with the vag. So I think I'm going to start incorporating, plus my fans are requesting it too. And the male talent. I think I'm gonna start doing some more vag scenes. But I really do love anal. I have to admit. My butthole is so strong. And it's so funny because my trainer said, one of my trainers said, Ava, your vag is made for love and romance and your butthole's made for battle. And I'm like, good point. But guess what? I think my vag has to step it up. Come on, kitty, kitty. Kitty, kitty, meow, meow, purr. Okay, so yeah, guess what? It's both on the agenda. How's that, boys and girls? Am I single in real life? Actually, I am. I'm very single, and I'm dying to mingle. So bring it on, boys and girls, and whoever else. I love it all. I'm not opposed. I'm very fluid. I'm not opposed to dating man, women, trans, anyone. I love it all. I'm more of, I guess it's called a demisexual. I want more of a connection regardless of gender. I just want a really strong bond with someone, a nice connection. That's what I'm looking for nowadays too. And I love honesty. Like, be friggin' real, please. Be transparent, be honest in what you want. And I could be transparent and honest in what I want. And then we can make a great relationship. That's my answer. I'm single and I'm ready to mingle. So bring it on, boys and girls and whoever else, because I'm down. And I want a good connection. I don't want transaction. I get transaction at work all day long. I want an intimate, respectful, considerate, responsible connection. Yes. But I'm not desperate either. So I'm not going to try and just get with anyone. How does that sound? I have standards. No losers, please. Okay. Last but not least, why did I start the podcast? Great question. Okay, so I started the podcast because actually I wanted to do it in 2012. It's been an idea of mine since 2012. I wanted to start it because I have many, many fans ask me many, many questions. And like, why not? Don't you want to hear my disgusting, awful advice on each question? I think it'd be fun. And it's kind of sarcastic because, you know, my answers are decent, you know, but I feel like it could be decent, right? It's all subjective. But the most important thing, it's my experience, strength, and hope. And it's awful. and I feel like I don't know. I felt like maybe it's time, right? I think it's time. I'm at a place in my life right now where there's a lot of stability, and I felt like I should just like take this podcast by the balls and like ride it, and I don't know, and see how it goes. And like, I want it to be fun. I'm doing it wholeheartedly for fun, not monetary gain. But if that happens, cool. If not, I'm having a good time, and it's a way I can express myself. And it's not so sexual either. There's not an eggplant in my mouth or in my butt or anything. It's like me on a different dimension, on a different level that you get to see your Ava. What do you think, you guys? Do you like that? So yeah. So I guess that kind of wraps up this latest episode of of Ava Devine's Bad Advice. There's a poultry, guys. A ghost just yanked my earring off. Ooh, I'm into that. And there's like a seance going on. Oh, and I'm getting banged right now by ghosts. Anyway, okay. That wraps up another episode of Ava Devine's Bad Advice. Who will be my next bad advice receiver or taker or giver, whatever you want to call it? Got questions? Ask away at badadvicequestion@gmail.com. That's singular. badadvicequestion@gmail.com. Ask away. Please, please, please do so, because maybe I can give you some bad advice. Over and out.